Hello everyone, a massive warm welcome back to another Black Country homebrew video. In today's video we are going to be taking a look at a new hop that's just dropped in the UK from New Zealand, which is Superdelic. For those of you who don't know, my name's Ben. I'm an amateur homebrewer from the Black Country in the West Midlands. So I was on the Cross My Loof website the other day and I saw that they'd got a load of New Zealand hops in, and I came across this one, Superdelic. It'll focus. So I was like, right, I like the sound of them, so I'm going to get them. They're coming in at 9.46% alpha acid, aroma, red fruits, candy, tropical, intensity 9, and I've got 100 grams of them. So to try them out today, I've got a simple grain recipe. I've been onto the malt miller, got 1.6 kilo of Simpson's Finest Pale Maris Otter coming in at 5 EBC and 170 gram of crisp Caragold malt. So I'm kind of going for a golden English ale. I've got a lot of dark, stouty kind of drinks kegged at the moment, conditioning. I've got my Clockwork Tangerine from Brew, which is nearly finished fermenting, but I wanted like a nice golden ale, and I thought, well, it might not be the right type of hops for that, but I'm just going to try it and see how it turns out. So we are going for a 10 litre batch today, so not a massive batch to do, but for those of you who have watched my videos, I do like doing the smaller batches as well as the full 23 litre batches. I've got a 10 litre keg, I've got loads of bottles, so depending on what keg space I have, this will either be going in bottles or in my 10 litre keg. So I'll put the Brewzilla sheet up on the screen now so you'll be able to see it, but it's coming in at 4.2%. Original gravity we're aiming for is 1.039. Final gravity of 1.007, EBC 7.7, IBU 31, and BUGU 0.81. As I said, 1.6 kilo of Maris Otter, 170 grams of Caragold. Now the hops, I'm going to go for 5 grams of Superdelic at 60 minutes just to give it a little bit of bitterness. Go in 10 grams at 15 minutes, 20 gram hop stand for 10 minutes at 80 degrees, and then probably go for a 20 or 30 gram dry hop. I'm not too sure which I'm going to do yet. So as you can see, we've kind of gone heavy on the hop stand and the dry hop to try and get the aromas from this. I might have a play around. I might drop the 15-minute edition down to 10 or 5 minutes. This is very experimental brew. Water profile, I do use spotless water, so it's completely pure. So we're going 1.8 kilo of calcium chloride, 2.8 gram of Epsom salt and 6.4 gram of gypsum, which I've got ready to put in once the water's a little bit higher. As you can see, it's all in a cup, ready to go. And yeast wise, USL5. On a nice clean fermentation, going to go for half a pack, not going to go for the full pack on that. So water is just heating up, we're at 30 degrees, so now's probably a good time to get into the hops and see what they smell like. So I'm really excited to try these. I can't find much about them on the internet. I can't see many people doing videos with them, so I think they are a really pretty new hop. So I'm quite excited to get them and try them out. I do like the New Zealand hops. Nectaron hops, New Zealand, my favourite hops to brew with, so let's get into it. Ooh. Push them up a little bit. Wow, definitely like I'd say like cranberry. It's definitely red fruit is definitely there. I don't know if I'm getting quite like a little bit of like a peppery kind of smell. Tropical is definitely there. Just like a bunch of tropical fruit, so to say. I do find it hard when just smelling hops like this to find the characteristics, but it's definitely there. Tropical. I do think I'm getting some sort of peppery, but that might just be my nose. But yeah, it smells lovely. I've now got it all over me, so. As I say, we're going to get them measured out, try the hops, get them in the brew, and then at the end, once it's all done, we'll do a tasting video. So, as I said just a minute ago, water's heating up, we're at 33 degrees, so we're going, I'm going for a 69 strike temperature, mash 60 degrees, at 66 degrees, and then we'll do an hour boil at the end. So, once the water's heated up, we'll get into the mash. So there we have it. We're at 69 degrees, bang on. There's the malt. We'll add it in, so let's get mashed in. Go for half the bag initially. Got mash puddle. Just mix all that in. So, mash water, we've gone for just over 8 litres. I think it was like 8.4 litres. That's what Brewfather was asking for. Just going to give that all good stir in. No dough balls at all there. So it's all a stir. Turn that down. To 66 where we want it. Right, pretty happy with that. No dough balls. It's a nice consistency, so I'm going to get some recirculation on. I am going to use a top plate in this brew today, see if I can get some better efficiency with it. I've never used it before, so we'll see how that turns out. But I'm going to leave this for an hour, set a timer now, and we'll come back in an hour's time. So there we are at the end of the mash. Pretty uneventful mash. So it's it there, it's gone nice and clear. I expected it to be a little lighter than it is, but that obviously might be because it's in a bigger batch. So I'll just take this out. Get the pull it up. Going to hold that and let that drain out because it's coming out the top parts, so if I put it on the top, it's just drop it down slowly. It's there, and let that drain through. So sparge wise, let me figure out how much it was again. We are going for 6.7 litres of sparge. It's not going to be a hot water sparge, it's going to be a cold water sparge. I've done it quite a few times, but I genuinely don't think it makes that much of a difference. So I'm going to get 7 litres. You don't need to watch me sparge, you've all seen me do it before. Just tip it over the top and let that drain out. Once that's done, I'll come back to you and we'll get the boil away. So there we are, we're at the pre-boil water level. If anyone can tell me how to stop that stuff from getting through, then it'd be much appreciated, because it's little bits of grain, but I don't understand why they're getting through. I mean, if it's normal, then please tell me, but yeah, I don't want that in my pump. So, as I said, I'm not sure why it's doing that. So, if it's normal, then let me know, but I don't know, it's just like really fine pieces of grain. I don't know if it's crushed too much or I don't know, but I'm hoping it doesn't cause any blockages or any issues later on in the brew, but we'll soon find out. So currently 85.2 degrees, heading for the boil. As soon as we get to the boil, straight away the 5 grams of Superdelic hops are going in, which I've got weighed out, and then I'll weigh the next addition and so on and so on. So when we get to the boil, I'll restart the video. And there we have it, we're at the boil. So first up addition's going in, 5 grams. There we go. Not much hop aroma, obviously it's only a small amount. Definitely there though, it smells lovely. So next addition I'm going to put in at 10 minutes left of the boil. I have changed that up, so I'll let this boil for 50 minutes and then we'll add the next hops in. So we've got 10 minutes left of the boil now, so we are going in with 10 grams of hops, Irish moss and yeast nutrients, which I'm just going to tip in. I have also got my immersion chiller currently sat in there sanitising. If anyone's watched me videos before, you'll know that I used to have to take my Brewzilla outside to cool, but I have actually gone and got a long hose pipe now, so it should reach in here and I'll be able to send the water straight back outside into a bucket to use for my cleaning, so I don't have to move my Brewzilla, so I'm pleased with that one. Pretty uneventful boil as well. There is that stuff floating around that I said before. Hoping the false bottom's going to do a good job and stop that from getting into the fermentation bucket later on. I've just got a whiff of that, it smells incredible. So as I said before, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this turns out. So next thing is end of the boil, cool down to 80 degrees and then we'll do a hop stand for 10 minutes. That's it, the end of the boil. So just turn the heater off, gonna run outside, turn my tap on, get some cool water going through here, get it down to 80 degrees. Once we're at 80 degrees, 20 grams in for the hop stand for about 10 minutes. And then we'll get it cooled all the way down, get it into the bucket and we'll get the yeast pitched. So you can tell our groundwater's cold at the moment because that cooled down literally in a matter of minutes. So 20 grams now going in for the hop stand. Gonna leave them for 10 minutes. Might do a bit of a whirlpool. I know you don't really need to on the Brewzilla, but might just give it a bit of a stir just to help get the flavours around the wort. So once it's been 10 minutes, I'm gonna turn the tap back on, cool it all the way down to the pitching temperature of the yeast. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long to get there. As I say, the groundwater does seem to be quite cold. I know before I gave my Brewzilla a clean and it was coming out about 14 degrees, so hopefully it shouldn't take too long to get down to there. Just while I'm here, just check my YouTube. I've actually hit 100 subscribers, so massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, watched the videos, commented. I've said before, this is just something that adds on to the Brewday. I like to share what I'm doing with other people, so other people can learn from my mistakes or give me tips. But it's nice we're now getting a bit of a community going, so thank you very much. Right, once this is cooled down, I shall come back to you. So, welcome back. First of all, apologies for not filming the transferring of the wort into the fermentation bucket. Turns out we have got a block pump again on the Brewzilla. I did think that was going to happen when I pulled the mash out and there was those little tiny bits of grain in there. The false bottom's basically done nothing. All the hops have gone through as well and blocked the pump, so I do think going forward now I am going to start using my hop spider in the Brewzilla. Rather frustrating. I have managed to get 10 litres out. Basically result with me in spooning most of it out through my hop spider to try and catch as much of the residue stuff that I can. And we have got fairly clean wort, so hopefully it shouldn't have made too much of a difference, but I really do need to look into this and see why this is blocking. So what's this, my 4th brew with the Brewzilla, and I've had 2 blockages, and I can't really see anything that I've done wrong to cause that. So anyway, less of me rambling, on with the USO 5. My scissors are somewhere. So we're just going to put half of this in. That's about half. Get the lid. Just down here. Get some of my sanitizer. It's all gone to pot. On goes the lid. So, as you can see, that's the false bottom. That's literally how it came out. So it hasn't stopped any of the hops, everything's just gone through and just gone straight into the pump, so I have no idea what I've done, but it's another learning curve. Just makes it a bit more difficult on brew day, but anyway, we'll ferment this now. I do need to take a hydrometer reading actually, 2 seconds. Sorry about that. When something bad happens, like a block pump or something, it does send me Brewday out of sync, so I have to try and figure out what I need to do. But just took a gravity reading. We're at 1.040. We're aiming for 1.039, so actually it was pretty good. So I did use a top plate. We've actually overshot efficiency slightly, so well pleased with that. Hopefully everything just goes okay and it's not too much of a messy beer. With the way that I had to get it out of the kettle. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Once again, sorry about the ending. If you do have any questions or have any advice for me what I might be doing wrong, I did notice when I was recirculating that little grain bit was coming out on the top as well, so I don't know if it's just making its way through the bottom plate of the what do you call it, the grain metal thing. I'm not really too sure, but anyway, thanks once again for the 100 subscribers. Really appreciate it. It's just mad. Like, I just find it crazy. I didn't expect anyone to watch anything that I do, so really appreciate it. If you do like the video, then please like, subscribe and comment. Thank you very much.